Hi, I'm Anne. Everyone called me Gloomy Anne because I never smiled. It wasn't that I was trying to look mysterious. I simply, well, it's a bit complicated. I'll have to go back to my childhood to explain. My mother passed away when I was very young. Dad was always working. All I ever heard from him was, "Not now, Anne. I'm busy." But the pipe, "Not now." I was only 6 but did my best to solve the problem. After putting a bucket under the pipe, I went to bed. Like many kids my age, I believed there was a monster living under the bed. A monster! I'm scared! Dad was sitting in his study, surrounded by cups of cold coffee. He didn't even look up. "Show the monster who's the boss here. If he doesn't leave, tell it we'll start charging rent." Thanks, Dad. What a perfect plan. I armed myself with a slipper and went back to fight the monster. I don't remember how it ended. I think I fell asleep in the closet, hugging an old vacuum cleaner. I realized pretty early on that asking Dad for help was useless. So, when I got a toothache, I didn't say anything and just endured. However, my face looked like I'd swallowed a starfish, and even Dad noticed. "We're going to a pediatric dentist tomorrow." The dentist's office always reminded me of a spaceship. White walls, bright lamps, buzzing equipment. I was so scared I refused to leave Dad's side. "Hello, Anne. Take a seat, please. Your dad can hold your hand." "I'll wait in the hallway." "Don't go. I'm scared." "Stop acting like a child, Anne." The dentist's name was Dr. Florence. She had a Hollywood smile and a rounded belly. When I looked at it, she turned shy. "I'm pregnant. Or maybe you just ate the previous patient. I know you're scared, and that's okay. Everything will be all right. Say, ah." I tried to breathe evenly, but that didn't stop my imagination from running wild. Dr. Florence seemed creepy to me, and the instrument in her hands looked bigger than the Eiffel Tower. Long story short, I ran away. "Save me! Dr. Florence is a monster!" "Anne, come back. We're not done yet." Because of my panic, the other kids in the hallway burst out crying. It was a symphony of horror. Dad was really mad. "Do you know how busy I am? You acted like a little girl today and ruined the appointment." "But I am a little girl." "What was that?" "Sorry, Dad. I'm gonna act more grown up tomorrow." Despite saying that, I was still scared. I even had a nightmare that night. In it, Dr. Florence was chasing me around an abandoned hospital. She had drills instead of hands, and her mouth looked like a shark's. The next day, Dad brought me to the dentist again. I was so scared I almost fainted, but to my surprise, the visit flew by. Dr. Florence removed my baby tooth, put it in a tiny box, and handed it to me. "Hide it under your pillow. The tooth fairy will take it and give you $1. What does the tooth fairy need children's teeth for? She building a palace out of them? Go now, and eat fewer sweets." Her warm smile didn't win me over. I still remembered her shark teeth from my dream. For me, Dr. Florence was still the woman of my nightmares. That night, I put my tooth under my pillow and fell asleep thinking of all the things I could buy with my $1. But the next morning, my tooth was still there. Dr. Florence is a liar. After breakfast, Dad drove me to school. "Look, that cloud looks like a kitten." "Not now, Anne." We suddenly noticed a car on the side of the road. It belonged to Dr. Florence. She was trying, unsuccessfully, to change a flat tire. Dad decided to play the hero. He stopped the car and helped her. Apparently, he had the time for that. "Thank you, Mr. Cruz. You're a lifesaver." "That's what real men do." "Dad, are you done?" "Not now, Anne." I rolled my eyes so hard I almost saw my own brain, but they kept chatting. "Please let me thank you for this. How about a homemade dinner?" "Won't your husband mind? He cheated on me and ran off with some dancer. I'll have to raise my child on my own." Anyways, she made us dinner. While Dad and Dr. Florence giggled like schoolgirls, I was stabbing the spaghetti with a fork like it personally wronged me. "Anne, is something wrong?" "A lot of things are. For one, you lied to me. The tooth fairy didn't bring me $1. The tooth fairy must have been busy. She will definitely visit you tonight. Isn't that right, Mr. Cruz?" "Oh, yes, of course." I did find $1 under my pillow the next morning. I grabbed the bill and ran to my dad to show it to him. However, what I saw in the kitchen stung worse than a sore tooth. Dad and Dr. Florence looked like they were starring in a tea commercial with some cheesy tagline. They started seeing each other and quickly got married. Florence's stomach was getting bigger by the day. My stepmother required attention and care, and my dad was happy to give it to her. He even massaged her feet. Can you believe it? Amanda was born in spring. Dad was beaming like he'd won a lottery. He loved lulling Amanda to sleep. Most importantly, he started to work less. It turned out he could find the time, just not for me. Of course, I grew to hate my stepmother and Amanda, and I think I have every right to do so. Time flew by. I turned 16. Dad, Florence, and Amanda looked like the picture-perfect family you'd see on a postcard. Unfortunately, there was no place for me in that picture. Sometimes they went to the cinema without me. Other times, Dad would forget to get me anything when ordered Chinese takeout on Saturdays. I'm sorry, Anne. I thought you weren't hungry. It's okay. I feed off resentment. By the way, Amanda didn't know that we weren't really sisters. No one told her that her real dad had run off and was now hiding to avoid paying alimony. They forbade me from revealing that secret. I gritted my teeth and called my stepmother Mom. Amanda thought we were just an ordinary family. I didn't have any friends in school. Everyone called me Gloomy Anne. I didn't smile because I was hiding my crooked tooth. Its motto was, I grow however I want. A couple of years ago, Mom, suggested I get braces, but I refused. I like myself the way I am. That was a lie. I was self-conscious about my smile, but braces meant trips to the dentist's, and I was terrified of them. I didn't want my dad to chastise me for acting like a little girl again. I resigned myself to being Gloomy Anne. That day, Dad once again forgot that he had an older daughter, a real daughter. He gave Amanda a bike, her third bike. I got mad and went for a walk. After all, my bike had fallen apart and gone to a bicycle paradise a long time ago. Can I come with you, Anne? Can you forget my name? Leave me alone. Soon, it started to rain. I decided to hide in a coffee shop. There were always a lot of students hanging out there. All the tables were taken. I was about to leave, but then someone waved at me. Come sit with us. They were college students, about 18 years old. One of them was Sean. I wanted to put him in a museum and stare at him forever. He joked a lot and kept throwing glances at me. I tried not to smile so he wouldn't see my crooked tooth. Anne, what college do you go to? I panicked. I couldn't say that I was still a schoolgirl and had to be home before 9, so I lied and named a random college. They believed me and treated me like I was their age. This is our movie club. We meet a couple times a week and discuss new films. Join us if you want. I'd love to. I love movies. We chatted for about an hour before leaving. Sean and I stepped out the cafe together. Where did you park your car? Oh, I walked here. Good for the environment and all that? That's cool. It's getting dark though. I can give you a lift. Where's your campus? I rent a room in a house of this one family. Oh, that's awesome. Someone's always partying in my dorm. It's way too noisy. I nodded knowingly, even though I'd never been to a party in my life. Grandma Megan's birthday didn't even count. You're so serious. He tried to make me smile and told me a ridiculous story about his roommate washing his t-shirts in a kettle to try and save money. I couldn't help it and burst out laughing, but immediately covered my mouth with my hand like I just sneezed. Is this where you rent a room? Yeah, thanks for the ride. You're welcome. And Anne, you're very beautiful. As soon as he left, I smiled from ear to ear, but then it was like a brick was thrown in my face. I saw a guy give you a ride home. Did he make you smile like this? Keep your mouth shut, got it? Not a word to Mom and Dad. Amanda giggled and ran away, but I was too happy to worry about her. A couple of days later, there was another meeting of the movie club. We argued about movies, joked around, and drank coffee. I liked feeling like a part of something big. That evening, Sean asked if he could walk me home again. He said he was inspired by me to help the environment and go without a car. Sean, were you serious when you called me beautiful? Of course, Anne. By the way, you look great in a dress. Maybe a yellow one? I froze. I could only remember wearing a dress once, but on Grandma Megan's birthday. But Sean's words inspired me, and I came to the next movie club meeting in a pretty yellow dress. Sean looked at me with such awe that my knees got weak. Wow. You know what else would suit you? A new hairstyle. You should make your hair shorter and darker. How did you know? I was just thinking about it. I'd never actually changed my hairstyle. Not even on Grandma Megan's birthday. But for Sean's sake, I plucked up the courage to experiment. And you know what? I liked the result. Sean liked my new look and gave me a small pendant as a gift. I spent the whole evening gently twirling it in my hands and imagining Sean picking it out for me. Dad didn't notice any changes in me, neither in my looks nor in my behavior. The dinner was wonderful, but I need to do some work. But my stepmother noticed everything. She looked at me with such a sly smile that I wanted to hit her with a pillow. Anne, are you by chance in love? She is. I saw a guy give Anne a ride home. What? Give you a ride? Anne, how old is he? I blew up like an old pipe in our bathroom. You never cared about me. What's with the interrogation now? I locked myself in my room and growled in anger. Then my phone rang. I didn't want to answer. Seriously, the world could have waited a bit while I was being dramatic. Still, I ended up answering. It was a girl from the movie club. Hi, there's a party at your sorority dorm tomorrow? Of course I'm coming. The next evening, I came to the student campus. The music was blasting. Everyone was letting loose. It smelled of chips and freedom. Sean and I played darts for a while, and then he took my hand. Anne, I like spending time with you. We could become a thing, but you're always so serious. Smile, at least once. Smile for me. Did he want me to be his girlfriend? Overcome, I couldn't help but smile broadly. It was kind of embarrassing. I could tell by the look in Sean's eyes that he noticed my crooked tooth. I know my smile isn't perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. You can just get braces. That will be the finishing touch. After that, we can start dating. I blinked. What? The finishing touch? At that moment, Florence and Amanda broke through the crowd. How old are you, young man? Anne, is this your mom or something? No, this is my landlady. Then she has no right to interfere in your life. Hey, this is Anne's mom. And I'm her sister. Sean turned to me. His eyes darkened. Did you lie to me? I can't date a liar. With those words, he left, like I was a forgotten garbage bag and not a person. Fuming, I glared at Amanda. This is it. I have a piece of pie for you, and it's called the harsh truth. I told Amanda that Florence was my stepmother, that we weren't sisters, that my dad wasn't her biological parent, that her real father didn't even pay child support. The words flew out of my mouth like arrows, and each one hit the mark. Amanda cried all evening. Do you even understand how much you've traumatized Amanda? Have you ever thought about my trauma? While you were smiling at each other, I was living like a ghost. I turned around and ran out of the house. Eventually, I stopped to catch my breath and texted Sean. We agreed to meet at our coffee shop. I decided to tell him, I'll get braces. I'll do everything for us. You're the only one who noticed me. While waiting for Sean, I saw a girl who was looking at me with interest. The strange thing was that we looked like clones. Then she pointed at my pendant. That looks familiar. Does it open? I don't know. I turned the pendant and it did open. There was a name inscribed inside, but it wasn't mine. Jane. That's my name. My ex Sean gave me that pendant. I dumped him and returned all his gifts after I realized what a jerk he was. I hope you've realized what's going on here. My jaw dropped to the floor. She smiled sympathetically and walked away. A few minutes later, Sean showed up at the coffee shop. Okay, I'll forgive you if you promise to fix your smile. To complete the transformation and become a carbon copy of the ex you're obsessed with? What? You've seen Jane? Go to hell, Sean, and take your gift with you. As I trudged home, I saw Amanda get on her bike and ride away. I had to go full rocket mode to catch up with her. It's late. Where are you going? I was looking for you. Mom and Dad said you ran away. Amanda hugged me so tight, I started to cry. She didn't care if we were sisters or not. Amanda had always reached out to me, and I'd always pushed her away because all I cared about was Dad's indifference. We came home holding hands. Amanda fell asleep, and I had a long talk with my parents. Anne, I was so wrong. I should have been helping you instead of telling you to fight the monsters under your bed on your own. At least that taught me to fight back against a real monster. I told him about Sean and his attempts to improve me. And, sweetie, anyone who really loves you will see your flaws as things that make you special. We'll get braces if you want to, though. This time, I'll be there for you, so you won't be scared. I'll think about it. I dyed my hair back over the weekend and came to school in my usual clothes with a big smile. It was like a magnet, and my classmates flocked to me. No one even noticed my crooked tooth. After school, I was invited to the arcade. I saw Sean there. He was trying to charm yet another girl in a yellow dress. I had to step in. Sean is making you look like his ex. I bet he's already given you her pendant. He did! You bastard! Humiliated, Sean ran away. I stayed to have fun with my classmates. What do you say? Should I get braces? Or does my imperfect tooth add charm to my smile?